Hello and welcome. This is episode 2 of the Neurodiverse podcast. I am your host, Vinterbjorn, and with me today, as always, is your other host, Gyro. What's up, Gyro?
I think the ceiling's up.
Today is Gyro's episode. Last episode was my little foray into my special interest. Today we're going to learn about one of Gyro's current hyperfixations. What are we learning about today, Gyro?
So last week we talked about Digimon and like a skeleton, basically a SparkNotes version of like the world building with the digital world.
Yes.
This time we're going from digitized monsters to robot masters. I like Megaman, but because there are a lot of games and I have a lot to say about each of them, we're only going to go over the first 6 or the first classic collection. So Megaman as a series takes place in the year 20XX.
I love that they did that because it leaves them some form of vaguity of it's 20 something.
I like the direction that old game devs were heading in. It's like, it's the year 2025. The flying cars are everywhere and it's a super sci-fi dystopia. But no, we just get to live in a regular, boring dystopia.
God.
There's the current event jokes for you that'll surely not date this episode. Back to Mega Man.
Never.
So, we start off with 2 doctors, the science kind, not the medical kind. Thomas Light and Albert Wiley. Thomas Light is researching sentience in robots, or like making sentient robots. Meanwhile, Albert Wiley has researched into the double gear system, which would essentially overclock a robot, allowing it to become stronger or move faster. Remember this for later.
Albert
because
Wiley, not to be confused with Wile E. Coyote.
Yes. You know what? Both are cartoonishly evil.
And both have things blow up in their face.
Almost always. So, back during their, like, grad school days, or whatever you want to call it, as early researchers, let's say, Light's research is given funding over Wiley's, and ever since that day, Wiley has had an old man-shaped thorn in his side. So the research goes ahead, and Dr. Light designs and builds the first sentient robot known as Proto Man, Light number 000. Unfortunately, Proto Man's power core isn't exactly stable, so he has a limited lifespan. He learns this and flees. And Thomas Light's like, "Oh no, my boy.
Not my
Time to make more."
This is definitely not a Pinocchio allegory.
It's not a Pinocchio. He's named Proto Man, not Pinocchio Man. His real name is Blues. You will see this naming theme come out throughout the series. Like right now, when Dr. Light designs and builds his next 2 robots, Rock and Roll. Dr. Light numbers 1 and 2. Their main duties are like lab work, lab assistance, and cleaning.
Yeah.
So after that, Light's like, "Oh, it's a great success. Time to make more again." And he builds 6 this time. They're named Robot Masters, and they perform different tasks, ranging from very boring, mundane stuff like lumber work and waste incineration to Arctic exploration and maintenance and nuclear power plant management.
Yes, they run the gambit.
They do run the gambit. So, oh no, here comes Dr. Wily again, and he's stolen the 6 robot masters and reprogrammed them to be evil and mean. So, Rock, having a strong sense of justice, volunteers to be turned into a combat robot, and that's how Mega Man was made. The nuts and the bolts.
He went for the robot equivalent of the super soldier serum.
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna talk about Mega Man 1 now. Mega Man 1 is a very dated game.
Well, yeah, it came out on the NES.
It came out on the NES, and boy does it show. One thing to note about the Mega Man series, it is very difficult.
Well, yeah.
Precise platforming is needed. Enemies are brutal if you can't take them out quick, especially in this game. So we have our 6 robot masters. These serve as the bosses of the game. You got Cut Man, Bomb Man, Guts Man, Fire Man, Ice Man, and Elect Man. And each robot master has a weakness, and this is something that that becomes a staple of the series going forward. So there is a quote-unquote order to beat the bosses in, but realistically you can start with whoever you want and then work your way from there. So to give some examples of weaknesses, like Bomb Man can blow up the rocks that Guts Man uses as his weapon. So Bomb beats Guts Man. And for whatever reason, Guts Man beats Cut Man, I think. You'll have to forgive me. I don't remember all the weaknesses off the top of my head.
To be fair, Guts Man throws rocks / bombs, so
yeah, that could.
Rock beat Scissor.
Rock beats Scissors.
Bomb beat Sharp Object.
Scissors beats Electricity. Don't ask me how.
Except for when you stick them in the light socket.
Yep. And then, like, Electricity conducts water really well, so Electman's good against Iceman, and then Ice puts out, this is one of the games where Ice beats Fire, and then Fire lights the fuses on the bombs. This is one of the only times where the weapon weaknesses are that straightforward. So you go through the game, platforming, and being reminded of the game's old age constantly. And then you get to Wily, and you beat him, and hip hip hooray, Mega Man saves the day.
To be fair, yes, it's an old game, but when that game came out, it was fucking the shit.
It was the shit.
I remember being a wee lad and playing one of the ones you're going to get into, which is Mega Man 3. And
we'll get to that one, yeah.
Just countless hours never beating the game, only playing and beating like 1 or 2 fucking masters.
Yeah. We'll get to Mega Man 3. I have opinions on that game. The levels in Mega Man 1 aren't the best, again, because this is their first game. Everyone has to start somewhere. By far, the most fun weapon to use in that game is Electman's, with the infamous pause glitch allowing you to beat the Yellow Devil really easily, one of the sub-bosses in the Wily stages.
Yeah.
I guess I should mention that the way Mega Man games work, you fight the Robot Masters, then you play through Wily's castle, and then you beat Wily at the end. Most of the time. Yeah, there's really not much more to say. There's really not much more to say about Mega Man 1. Half of the weapons are really bad, and half of the weapons range from alright to outright busted. Electman and Fireman's weapons are both really fun to use, especially because Fireman is just a better Mega Buster, which is like your default shot.
Yeah.
Iceman stuns enemies in place, allowing you to avoid some really hard-hitting enemies. And that's Mega Man 1.
Yippee.
Play it once and never again.
Well, you know,
On to Mega Man 2, which is the one that everyone knows.
Mega Man the sequel.
Mega Man the sequel. So this time Wily's like, I'm going to build my own Robot Masters. And then he does. 8 of them this time. We got Metal Man, we got Quick Man, Wood Man, Heat Man, Bubble Man, Flash and Crash Man. And there's one more. Why am I forgetting it?
Because you didn't write it down.
No, I didn't. I thought I would be able. Whatever. We'll just keep going. So, Mega Man 2 is the one everyone remembers for a good reason. It is a really good game. Like, it's almost shocking how good it is, considering it's on the NES of all platforms. I think the reason it's so good is because apparently this game was supposed to be the last one, so the devs wanted to go all out with it.
Yeah.
But what's great about this game is that, one, most of the weapons are good, or at least usable to some extent.
Yeah.
The levels are also much better designed. Music is also improved, as are the controls, and this is the game where E-tanks are introduced, which you grab them in a level and then you get a full heal at any time, which for a game like Mega Man is great.
All right, I have a list of the masters. It's Bubble Man, Air Man, Quick Man, Wood Man,
Forgot Airman.
Crash Man, Flash Man, Metal Man, Heat Man.
Yes. So the weapons this time around aren't as, like, you can't really discern what the weaknesses are just off the top of your head. Obviously, Bubble Man's gonna beat Heat Man, but they start stretching it a bit. Like, Flash Man is going to beat Quick Man because Flash Man's weapon stops time.
Yeah. Air Man.
What a jump in power.
Air Man apparently beats Crash Man for some reason.
Airman does beat Crash Man. I couldn't tell you why. I think it's because he jumps a lot. Airman is beaten by Woodman. Shout out Siva Gunner. But all the weapons in this game are incredibly fun to use. The Metal Blade is the one that everyone's going to jump to because you can spam the things and they do amazing damage. You can fire them in almost any direction. You can shoot 2 of them, and then the way that Metal Blades work, if you shoot 3 of them, you'll consume some weapon ammo. But if you shoot 2 of them and then switch to another weapon, and then switch back, you won't consume any ammo. So you essentially have an infinite Metal Blades. But that, me gushing about the Metal Blades isn't to discredit the other weapons. Quick Man's boomerangs are also really fun to use. They're also very strong. It's just a better version of Cutman's weapon. Airman's useful. Woodman's great for farming weapon energy or health drops. Sometimes even lives too if you're lucky. Bubble Man is useful or is good against the final boss. Flashman just lets you completely skip some sections of levels, right? Because you stop time so enemies don't spawn. The only weapons I don't really like are, I think, Heat Man.
Yeah.
It is a prototype for the Buster or the charge shot that we'll see later. So same second verse, same as the first. Beat all 8 Robot Masters. Decimate Wily's fortress with the Metal Blades, and then you beat Wily. Hip hip hooray!
Yay! Yeah, I'm looking at a chart right now, and it's like what the boss's weakness is, what you're actually gonna use, and like most of these are just use the Metal Blade.
Yeah, they have other weaknesses, like ones that you're supposed to use, but Metal Blades are
busted.
Metal Blades are effective against everything if you try hard enough.
Apparently, I don't know, man. According to this, it's just busted, and you just can't beat Airman.
No, Airman is impossible to beat. Parenthesis, and then it's one of those gifts where it's like the humble leaf shield.
The humble leaf shield.
I think two shots Airman, by the way. I guess he chokes on the leaves or something because his mouth is a big fan.
Yeah. It clogs everything up.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to start with a Mega Man game, I mean, if you really want to, you can start with one, but I would highly recommend two as the starting point because it's just that fun and it has a few of the staples in the series that just make everything better, especially the E-Tanks. Even like the weird items you get from Dr. Light after completing certain stages. They're just called 1, 2, and 3, and they're movement items. Like you can hop on a jet and skip some annoying puzzles in Heatman's stage, or you hop on this little bouncing platform that if it hits a wall, it starts climbing up.
Yeah.
Or you can spawn floating platforms in the air.
That eventually become things that your dog does.
Speaking of your dog, Mega Man 3.
The
Woohoo!
introduction of the best boy.
So, after getting his ass kicked twice, Wily has reformed. What a good man. He and Dr. Light work together on a new super robot named Gamma, which is built to be a peacekeeper. And 8 robot masters are built to be in charge of like looking for certain power crystals that Gamma needs to operate. But oh no, who could have seen this coming? The robot masters go berserk and they steal the crystals. And Mega Man's got to stop them. Along the way, you will encounter the mysterious assailant Breakman, who you fight occasionally. They're the fights.
Breakman.
This is also the introduction of Rush,
Yes.
the robot dog that Dr. Light builds for Mega Man.
The best boy.
Best boy, recovery in Smash, occasional suit of armor. Overall good boy. Also available in Monster Hunter Rise. So on to Mega Man 3. I have mixed feelings about this game. Because coming off the high of Mega Man 2's weapons and levels and all that other stuff, Mega Man 3 feels like a bit of a downgrade. That's not to say everything is worse. The soundtrack will always get better with every game.
Yeah, that's the one thing I remember the most about Mega Man 3 is the music.
Mega Man 3 music goes crazy, as does the rest of the series. I guess let's start with the weapons. Or the Robot Masters. So you got Shadow Man, Magnet Man, Gemini Man, Needle Man, Top Man. He's funny.
Yeah. I hated the Top Man level.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. You also got Snake Man, and I'm forgetting 2 others. I'm a fake fan, I guess. Gotta cancel the episode.
Get the snake.
The snake.
Top Man and Gemini Man were 2 of my least favorite levels. I remember that much.
Yeah. Hold on.
I got you. Spark Man, Snake Man, Needle Man, Top Man, Shadow Man, Magnet Man, Gemini Man, and Hard Man. He's
no
hard.
wonder I forgot. He certainly is.
He's so hard.
Alrighty. Excuse me. So, Mega Man 3 has this... What do I want to call it? The levels are actually on par with the levels in Mega Man 2, which is a good thing. But the weapons aren't as fun to use. Shadow Blade is a less spammable version of Metal Blade, but some Mega Man heads think that the weapon is better than the Metal Blade. I don't think I'm good enough at the game to really give my input on that. I go by fun factor.
I never ever beat Shadow Man, so I can't say.
Very unfortunate.
Bro, the last time I played this was when I was like maybe 6 years old.
100,000 years ago.
Yep, at the dawn of time.
Hmm. That's how old Bjorn is. Fun fact. So I guess I'll just go over the weapons individually after after Shadow Man. Needle Man is really interesting because his weapon is essentially just a straight upgrade to the Buster. It does about the same damage, and if you hold down the button, you fire faster. And it has a crazy amount of weapon energy, so you don't really have to worry about it. Magnet Man's weapon does good damage. It just has a problem homing in on things because it's a magnet weapon. It's gonna hone in on the other metal enemies.
Yeah.
Gemini Man's weapon is okay. It's got this problem where you fire it and then you can't do anything else as the laser's on the screen. It'll bounce around for a while before it disappears. Like, you can move and jump and all that, and use the new movement mechanic, the slide, which will also become a staple of the series going forward. If you hold down and the jump button,
yes.
Mega Man will slide.
The slide.
The slide.
The iconic slide.
The iconic Mega Slide. Hardman's weapon is difficult to really judge. The way I used it as almost a melee weapon because the projectile is really slow to start moving, and once you do shoot it, you don't really get to you can kind of control it by moving the knuckle up and down.
Yeah.
But I've found it to be very effective at punching things. Crazy, the hard knuckle is good at punching things.
Punch.
Top Man's weapon is buggy. Very buggy. It has the potential to one-shot a few bosses in the game. The problem is the weapon energy doesn't work the way it's supposed to. As in, if you get hit while using it, the energy drains by a crazy amount.
Yeah.
So you have to make the hits you can get count. Snake Man's weapon is okay. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but you can fire a lot of them. It shoots at little snakes that travel across the ground.
Snake, it's a snake.
And Sparkman's weapon is completely worthless. This is the worst weapon in the series, bar none.
That's fair.
Here's what you do with it, right? You use it exactly once on the Wily machine at the end of the game, and that's it. Because it doesn't it's a stun weapon, but it doesn't work like Iceman's weapon, because you'll shoot the enemy and it'll be stunned in place for a few seconds, and it's got like the cool electric particle effect, or whatever you want to call it, but you can't do anything after that. Like, you can't shoot any more of the spark bolts or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And as I said before, Shadow Man is just a different version of the Metal Blade. It's faster, but it has shorter range. I think it has about the same power. Overall, it's the most fun weapon to use in this game. Yeah, on to... I mentioned earlier that I had mixed feelings about this game, because for a while it was down there with Mega Man 1 as the worst game.
Yeah.
But I've come around on it. The reason I think I feel this way is because Mega Man 3 does something interesting. See, after you beat all 8 Robot Masters, you get to fight 8 Doc robots, that's what they're called. and they're essentially just the bosses or the robot masters from the previous game in Mega Man 3.
Yeah.
They all have the same model. And I think the Doc robots like pad out the game way too much, because for the Doc levels you'll be put into a light version, LITE, like the kind of thing you'd see on the App Store in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You'll get put into like a mini version of the corresponding Robot Masters level, where you fight two of the Doc robots. And I think it pads out the game a lot. I don't really care for it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think Mega Man 3 is about like a C on a scale of like D to A or D to S, whatever you want to go for. How are you keeping track of everything so far?
I won. Okay. 2 really good. 3 meh.
Yeah, yeah, that's about right.
Dr. Wily was the main antagonist of the first 2, and then not the third one.
I mean, do we care about spoilers? These games are many years old.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the antagonist, but you know.
Yeah, but he's
Dr.
not.
Wily the whole time.
On to Mega Man 4, and this is another high point in the series, because 4 introduces the charge shot. Finally, you're not just shooting lemons at the enemy anymore. You can power up your shot by holding down the shoot button.
Yeah.
And it pierces through enemies, and it's really strong, and the sound effect for charging is really grating in this game, but they tone it down in the next game, so it's okay. The weapons are all fun, the music's even better, Rush is still here, and they introduce a new little robot animal companion named Beat. Beat the bird. He's crazy. He does so much damage. You select it, or you have to find these like nameplates. They represent parts of Beat that need to be assembled. Once you get him, you call him on the screen, like you call him at the start of the screen, and he just stays there attacking enemies and bringing items and collectibles to you. It's great.
He's just like, yes, you wanted easy mode? This is easy mode.
Yeah. So, the Robot Masters, I love them all. We got Bright Man, we got Toad Man, Drill Man, Pharaoh Man, Ring Man, Dust Man, Dive Man, and Skull Man. By the way, get ready for a shield weapon to be present in every Mega Man game up until I think maybe 8, where they take a little break. And then it's back again in 9.
And then it's back. Let's go.
Yep. So we'll just go in order. Bright Man's weapon is crazy because it's just a better version of Flashman. With Flashman's weapon, you shoot it, and then time is just stopped like until the weapon runs out of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
With Bright Man, that's excuse me. With Bright Man, you shoot the weapon, and you can still fire your Mega Buster for 1. For 2, time isn't frozen indefinitely. You don't just waste the ammo on the weapon. It's frozen for a few seconds, and then it unfreezes.
Yeah.
This is easy mode. If you don't want to play the game, which you should, it's very good. Grab Bright Man's weapon first and just go to town. Before we continue, I'm also going to mention the story. Wily's gone.
Oh no.
And now we have Dr. Cossack making Robot Masters to take over the world.
Cossack.
Because Mega Man is not allowed to go back to being a cleaning robot.
Damn.
Fight the Forever War, Mega Man, and you will enjoy it. By the way, Dr. Cossack is Russian.
Oh.
If you couldn't tell.
Who would have thought?
Whoa,
It's me,
crazy.
Dr. Kosek.
Dr. Cossack here.
I drink
I make
vodka.
robot master.
I make robot master and drink vodka. I make
Yeah,
robot
genuinely.
master that drink vodka. It was
Oh
good
wait,
time.
no. Beat doesn't appear in this game. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Sad.
My fault.
You've lied to me.
I let everyone on. See, this is the Neurodiverse podcast. I have ADHD. I'm not exactly the most organized person in the world.
He went ahead a couple games or just
I
one game.
did. Alright, back to Robot Masters. Toadman, this is the introduction of the screen nuke.
The screen nuke.
The screen nuke. You shoot the weapon, and it's a little capsule that fires up into the air, and you wait like a second or two, and then it starts raining, and it kills everything. Actually, it's only about a second.
It's just rain. It doesn't like rain toads.
No.
That's
but,
sad.
He does a funny little dance though whenever
That's
you
fair.
fight him or you shoot him.
I just wanted a plague of toads.
Woe, toad be upon ye.
Yep. It was gonna get biblical in here.
It was, and then they made it rain instead.
Yep.
I guess that's kind of biblical.
Yeah, it was.
Want to know what isn't biblical?
Yeah.
A drill.
True.
On Drillman. So Drillman's weapon is very, very fun to use. It is a bomb, but also a drill. So you shoot it out, and you can't control it after you shoot it, but it hits an enemy and explodes, doing crazy damage.
Yeah. Common would be proud.
Yes, he would. You can also detonate the shot early if you hit the shoot button again.
Nice.
This is helpful for the final boss, because that's his weakness. Pharaoh Man. This guy's weapon is also crazy, because it's called the Pharaoh shot, and what you do is you hold down the fire button, and you will charge a miniature sun above your head, because of course you are. Glory to Ra. Fun fact about the little sun that you charge overhead. That ball of death and despair is separate from your actual shot that you're charging. It's called Pharaoh's shot. So you can hit something with the big ball of doom and despair above your head, and then shoot out another one, doing amazing damage to anything, really. Love Pharaoh Man. Then we got Ringman. His stage theme is great. He's apparently made to be like a combat robot, which is strange because, you know, ring boomerangs, but I guess chakrams were invented, so it's not entirely out of the question. Then we go on to Dustman. And he's very funny because there's just a giant vacuum stapled to the top of his head.
Vacuum Man.
Yes, his weapon, you shoot out just a ball of garbage, and then it makes contact with something, and it like shoots off into 4 little piles of garbage in each diagonal direction.
Yes.
Dive Man, I think, is the only quote-unquote bad weapon in this game, because it's a missile that homes in, right? And you'd think being a missile, it would do crazy damage, but it doesn't. These are Nerf foam missiles.
Sag.
Very sag. And finally, we have the shield weapon, Skullman. His stage theme also slaps.
Skullman.
Skullbad.
Hi. Skullman. Not to be confused with Skull Knight. That's my brother.
Yes. So Skullman's shield is pretty helpful for getting through sections where there's like falling debris or annoying enemies. Unfortunately, the shield disappears after 1 hit, but that's okay. I don't think you can shoot the skull shield off. I'd need to replay the game to check. All right, fourth verse, same as the first three. Uh, you go through the game, beating the robot monsters, jamming out to the music, and then you beat the hell out of Dr. Cossack.
Dr. Cossack. No, not to
And
Dr.
then,
Cossack.
hey, remember Proto Man from the beginning? Well, he's back, and he also shows up in Mega Man 3 as Breakman, and he's Mega Man's brother. Whoa!
Ah.
And he's got a kick-ass theme too. Well, extended theme. It's the credits for Mega Man 3. It's a whistle concert because his name is Blues, because he's the only robot capable of dying from old age.
That's fair.
Poor Blues. So you beat the hell out of Dr. Cossack, and then Proto Man whistles, aura farming as he does, and he teleports in, and he's like, Mega Man, stop beating up this old man. He was set up by Dr. Wily, and he brings out Dr. Cossack's daughter, Kalinka, because of course the Russian daughter is named Kalinka.
Oh, thank you.
Anyways.
Thank you, Proto Man.
She says, oh, Mega Man, do not hurt my daddy.
Don't hurt him.
Do not.
Trying to help me.
He did. He was blackmailed, the Mega Man. And then Mega Man goes, okay! And then you go fight Dr. Wily. And the reason I don't hate the fact that you have to go through a different, like, castle first, because those levels are fun, and the music is good, and it doesn't pad out the game in the same way that the Doc Robots did.
Yeah.
Overall, Mega Man 4 is like an S tier game. I really enjoy it. All the weapons are fun. The charge shot is here. And
it's here to stay.
It is here to stay, yes. Hey, what comes after 4?
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
Count to 4. Mega Man 5. Hey, remember how I was talking about Proto Man?
Yeah.
And how cool he is? Well, he's not cool. He turns shit heel and he captures Dr. Light, and he has 8 evil robot masters, and they're gonna blow up the world.
I like how
Mega Man's gotta stop them.
I like how the original number was 6, and then they were like, you know what's a better number? 8, and then they just rolled with 8 throughout the rest of the series.
8 is a very good number for boss encounters. So it's up to Mega Man and Rush to stop Proto Man from being a dick. And this is where Beat comes in. Fun fact, Beat is actually made by Dr. Cossack.
Of course the Russian makes a bird.
Bird.
I like bird.
I take everything I said about Beat from Mega Man 4 section and put it right here. On to the Robot Masters. Mega Man 5 is kind of unfortunate because it's not... The Robot Masters just aren't as good, and unfortunately neither are the weapons. Like, they're still fun. It's just not as good as everything 4 had to offer. And here are the Robot Masters now. We got Gravity Man, we got Wave Man, Stone Man, we got Gyro Man, it's me! I'm in Mega Man 5!
And you're green!
I am green. We got Starman. Anyways, we got Charge Man, who looks like a train. We got Napalm Man and Crystal Man. Napalm Man is the funniest robot master in the series.
Yeah.
Because his level is just the jungles of Vietnam. Filled with, like, spike traps and the Viet Cong tunnels and helicopters flying overhead and tigers. This game was not allowed to be released in Vietnam, I don't think. I
Nope.
could just be talking up my ass,
Yeah,
but
well, you know, the Japanese have never been subtle, so
no, they haven't. Look at and be the American the Japanese think you are.
yep.
Anyways, we'll start with the weapons. Gravity Man is another screen nuke where you fire the weapon, the screen flashes, and then if you kill an enemy, instead of like disappearing and dropping something, the sprite turns upside down and it shoots off the top of the screen because Mega Man just has a weapon that can invert gravity. Take that, power scalers. Waveman's weapon is pretty good, or for this game, I mean. I like it. It's probably not as powerful as I want or you would want it to be. You shoot out a bunch or a set of 3 waves. I say set, but it's one projectile that travel across the ground. His design's really cool. His level's also pretty fun. I think it has echoes of Bubble Man in there. Yes. Then we got Stone Man, and his weapon is just ass. You spawn 3 big rocks that spin around you, and they get further away from you as they spin. Probably not doing a good job of illustrating how they work. But the angles that they spin at are really awkward, which makes it difficult to hit enemies.
Yeah.
They also do like abysmally low damage for hitting something with a rock. Very unfortunate. Gyro Man is the best weapon in the game, and I'm not just saying that because it's named, or I'm named after it. Smug superiority radiating from behind my screen. Gyro Man's weapon, it's a propeller, right? You shoot the propeller and it just goes forward, but you can tap up or down on the control stick, and the gyro will travel in that direction. Pretty fun, good damage, definitely the best weapon to use in this game. And we have Starman. He's the shield weapon of the game, and the difference between his and Skullman, I think, is that you can shoot his by, I think, yeah, I know you can shoot his shield in a direction. You can also just use it as a shield and it disappears after 1 hit, which is how shields tend to be going forward. It is an alright weapon. Next we got Charge Man, and for what that weapon for what this weapon lacks in being good, it makes up for by being unique. You don't shoot this weapon. You remember the slide from Mega Man 3? Well, if you have this weapon equipped and you press down and A, then you will slide, but the slide's different. You get like you get a cool little wave in front of your foot, and you do damage now. I wish this weapon was better because I like the concept, and I like the design of Charge Man because he's a big train.
Yeah.
Napalm Man's weapon is really funny because it's a bomb of napalm. You can shoot out 3 at once, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because the hitboxes are bugged and the other 2 won't really do anything. The range of this weapon is short. They just kind of bounce along the ground. Like, I say bounce, but they just kind of roll on the ground and then explode. Does crazy damage though, as I hope a bomb filled with napalm would. Then finally we got Crystal Man, who you shoot. His projectile is just a big orb that you shoot out, and if it makes contact with a surface, it'll split into like a bunch of different pieces, sending shrapnel everywhere. It's pretty good.
It's a big orby that shatters into small orbies.
Yes. So on to 5th verse. I'm gonna retire this joke now. Go through Proto Man's castle. and you fight Proto Man at the end, but it was actually all a fake. Proto Man was good, and this was a robot disguised as Proto Man, designed by Dr. Wily to
Yes.
make him look bad after he betrayed Wily at the end of 4
Leg
and
ass.
3, I guess. Leg ass, shocker. Then you go through Wily's castle, and beat is actually a weakness of a few of the final fights, which is really funny.
Take my bird. Take him.
Overall, this game is also alright. Still an improvement over 3 and 1. I would probably put it in the middle of the pack. And now we get to Mega Man 6. I'm gonna be completely honest from the front, I adore this game. This is the pinnacle of, like, classic Mega Man. At least in this era. So let's get into it. Mega Man 6, Dr. Wily is gone.
Finally.
And a man, yeah, right. How many times do we have to keep teaching you this lesson, old man? Like, I love the young people. So, Wily's gone, and a man by the name of Mr. X, who does not at all look like Dr. Wily, is hosting the world's first robot fighting tournament, where the most powerful robots from across the globe are sent to fight each other.
Of course you would like the tournament arc.
Yeah, this is the... Hey, I'm shonen brained, it's fine. Oh no, Mr. X has stabbed everyone in the back, and he's been puppeting everything the whole time, including that fool Wily. No, it's definitely not Dr. Wily, he's Mr. X. And Mega Man's gotta stop him. Beat and Rush make their returns. Beat as another set of collectibles, if I remember correctly. He's not as powerful this time, though, because he was crazy. Like, absurd amounts of damage for a tiny bird. So they had to nerf him a little. Rush is also here, but it's different. He appears this time as, like a battleizer for Mega Man. He's a suit of armor that he can equip. And you get two modes. You get power mode or flight mode. Power mode allows you to break these, like, cracked boxes or objects you'll find in the stages, usually hiding things like 1-ups, E-tanks, health, stuff like that. Flight mode replaces, or doesn't replace, but it takes the place of Rush Jet. It allows you to reach places you normally couldn't before. And now it's time to gush about the Robot Masters. We got Blizzard Man, Centaur Man, Flame Man, Night Man, Plant Man, Tomahawk Man, my beloved, Wind Man, and Yamato Man. Blizzard Man, he has a neat weapon. It's good for killing chaff. It spawns 4 snowflakes behind you, and 2 of them will go forward. 1 of them goes up and, like, up diagonally, and the other goes down diagonally. He's on skis, which I think is kind of funny, and he's got, like, a little robot beanie on his head to keep warm. No one really knows what Centaur Man does. His weapon is called Centaur Flash, and his level is, like, a Greek themed, which I really appreciate. But you shoot it, the screen flashes, and then things die. Yes, he is the screen nuke.
Centaur Flash!
Flame Man is wearing a turban, and his stage is an oil field.
Ah, the stereotype.
The stereotype. His weapon's also fun, does crazy damage, and it shoots out a pillar, or it shoots out a ball of fire that goes in, like, an arc. And when it makes contact with a surface, it erupts into a pillar of flame. I use this one very often. Nightman. He uses a mace, which is attached to his like buster arm, and he has a shield, as all knights do mostly. Um, his weapon's pretty good. I didn't enjoy it as much as some of the others we'll get to, but it does really good damage, and it has pretty good range that you can adjust based on the direction you tap when you fire it. What it'll do is you shoot out like a mace ball, and it will come back to you in like a teardrop shape. Plant Man is the game's shield weapon. It's pretty good. The shields are always helpful for getting through annoying sections. And he is also the weakness of my favorite robot master, Tomahawk Man. I love this level so much. There's some amazing art of a sunset in the background after you get to a certain point. The song is great. The weapon is also one of the best in the game. You shoot out a tomahawk that goes in an upward direction.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it because it isn't an arc. But like you shoot it out, it goes forward for a little bit, and then it starts going up, up, up.
Yeah.
Windman is a different. He's not a screen nuke. His is funny. The way Windman works is you shoot out a little tornado that travels along the ground, and if it hits an enemy and kills it, it will spin it up into the air. I like Windman. He's pretty cool. His design is funny. Whenever he attacks, he will also spin the top knot on his head.
Nice.
Finally, Yamato Man. Yamato Man is one of the weapons where it's just kind of like an upgrade to the Buster.
Yeah.
Like you can't charge shot it, but you can spam it, and it does really good damage.
So I'm looking at Nightman right now.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is that this was the prototype for Craniumon.
You know what? Wait, hold on, wait. I'm gonna look something up. Mega Man 6. Mega Man 6 released in 1993. When did
Craniumon definitely came out after that. That's what I'm saying.
That's funny.
They had to have taken inspiration from Nightman because he looks eerily similar to Craniumon, just without pigtails.
What if Craniumon was a robot, and then here he is?
Also, I love that Tomahawk Man is just Native American stereotype.
Yes. Well, not really stereotype. He just shoots tomahawks, and he can also use the feathers on his headdress to attack with. Like he'll whip his head down and shoot out feathers. It's honestly not a hard attack to dodge.
I can appreciate it and say that because I'm half Native.
I am a fraction of Native American, and apparently that counts just as much.
I know, it's sad, but it doesn't count as much for me because my tribe isn't nationally recognized.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Sad.
So to end off this little Mega Man rant, you go through Mr. X's castle and you beat him up. Surprise, surprise, it was fucking Wily all along.
Who would have known?
This man will never learn. You beat him, and you save the day, and Wily is finally arrested. And, like, he's managed to escape every time before, but now he's been arrested. And he's in jail. And surely he won't break out. Please don't look at the next 5 Mega Man games.
No, not at all. Never happened.
Nope, he doesn't get out of jail. This is where he stays for the rest of his life. Mega Man 6 is so good. If you're gonna play any one Mega Man game, please play Mega Man 6.
then I come in and I'm like, no, play Mega Man X.
You could play Mega Man X, but I'm not as familiar with that series, so I'm not ranting about it today.
I adore the Mega Man X series. I played that way more than anything else.
You know what? For a future episode, we can go into that whenever I beat all the Mega Man X games. And that was Mega Man, the first 6 Mega Man games. Mega Man is a series that it doesn't always hit the nail on the head with its games. There are very clearly games that are better than others, and the next 5 games just continue to improve on it. I really, really like this series. The games are pretty easy to beat, like time-wise. They don't take you very long, maybe 3 hours at most. 3 hours? No, not even. These are NES games. In 3 hours, you could probably beat 1, 2, and then most of 3. I highly recommend these games to anyone who likes platformers and like run and gun style games. And thankfully, the Mega Man games have all been brought to modern consoles via the collections, like Classic Collection 1 and 2. There's the Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2, Mega Man ZX Collection. And then most recently they made the Battle Network games and the Star Force games as collections. That's my nerd rant. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Gyro, did you know, because I remember watching this as a kid, but did you know that there was a Mega Man, not Battle Network, I mean an actual Mega Man anime in the 90s?
I did actually. There's the I'm trying to think, because there's the anime one, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also crap, why am I having trouble speaking? There's the anime that they made actually in Japan, and then there's the cartoon. That's what I think you're talking about. And Mega Man X shows up in it.
Yeah, he does, and he looks like just a full ass man.
Yeah, he is a full ass man.
He's just a full ass dude. No, it's actually it's an animated series that was American and Japanese production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It ran for 27 episodes.
27, huh?
Yep. I used to watch this shit on Kids WB on Sunday mornings.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Yep, back in the 90s.
Back in the day.
Back in the old days.
Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed these first 6 overviews of the Mega Man series. At some point, we will go over the next 5, completing the Classic Collection. And then they're making Mega Man 12.
Mega Man 12.
Can't quit yet, guys. Still got Steel Ball Run, and we got Steel Ball Run and Mega Man 12 to look forward to.
we can do it. We can make it. All right, everyone. That was this week's episode of the Neurodiverse podcast. I hope you had a great time. I did. I always enjoy listening to my friends just rant and rave about their favorite things. Thank you, Gyro.
You're very welcome. I also enjoy listening to my friends talk about what they like, and I like talking about Mega Man today. That was real fun.
Mega Man. All right. Next episode, who knows? More Digimon. Maybe we'll have one of our other associates join us. we'll have a third, and then me and Gyro can
The third.
sit back and shoot the shit about their special interests. Who knows? Who knows? But see you in the next one. Bye.
Goodbye.